the Shankarachan Sunita Williams. Sunita would like to ask you, among your all expeditions, which were the most memorable one?
Wow, that's hard to say. My first time going to space is the first time. That's like the best. So, but this last time I went to space was just spectacular. I had the opportunity to work with a very international crew as with a Japanese astronaut and a Russian cosmonaut. I was the backup for a Dutch astronaut, and my backup was a Canadian astronaut. So there was all of our agencies essentially working together, and how could you say that's bad? So I can't really answer your question. All of the space missions, the 2 space missions I've been on, were both spectacular.
Any anecdote that you want to share? Any special story? We have heard that you have carried the Bhagavad Gita along with you, a packet of samosa. So any special incident, any anecdote that you want to share?
Well, the reason I do that is those are things that are special to me, gifts from my father, and things that that I would miss when I was back at home on Earth. And they also connect to people. Of course, they connect to people who are here in India. And one of the reasons that I like to connect to people is to emphasize to the kids here in this country that I'm just like them. They're just like me. If they want to be able to be an astronaut or a scientist, they can do that. The world is open to them, and that's part of the reason I do those types of things, just to connect to people and show them that I'm just like them. Astronauts are not so special. I was a little kid with really long hair at one point in time, and that was the biggest thing in my life, was just identifying myself as a little kid. So I think that's the main reason.
Won't take much precious time of yours. Just one last question. Since you are an active sports person, you've played in different sports. Would like to ask you that, if you were to take a sports person along with you in space, which sports person would you have chosen?
Oh, that's difficult to say. It depends on, like I was joking around before, you can't be too tall, you can't be too small. You have to be able to fit in the spacecraft as well as fit in the spacesuit to be able to do a spacewalk. So someone in between. I think someone who does long duration endurance type of stuff is probably best fitted for spacewalk. So maybe someone who does like swimming, running, or triathlons. That seems like a good mix, but I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a lot of great athletes out there. I had the pleasure of watching the Olympics when we were up in space, and just in awe of athletes, around the world. So anybody will take anybody. Sign up, and we'll see whether or not you got the right stuff.